Gentlemen, this is come to the courtroom when I say all right. All right. All right. Get up.
Thank you. You may be seated. Good morning. This is the time set for the 2 a.m. calendar on July 18th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. I'll call you each one at a time to the podium, and I'll provide a second name to sit in the chair outside of this room. I will let you know what you are here for, if I have appointed counsel, if you have a bond, and what your release conditions are. If we could start with Mr. Smith to the podium and Mr. Ray to the chair.
Smith. Podium right there.
Good morning, sir. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Donald Smith, December 16th, 1986.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new Superior Court case. It does include 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony, and 1 count of misconduct involving weapons, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference July 23rd at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing July 25th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $75,000. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with the alleged victim, complainant, or witness. You may not possess any weapons, and you may come and go from your own apartment if you are still permitted to do so by the management, but you are not to violate any no contact orders, and you may not linger or loiter in any of the common areas. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions, sir? If you'll step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Mr. Ray to the podium and Ms. Torres to the chair. Good morning, sir. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Richard Ray, 3/13/75.
Thank you. It does look like you are here on a new case for 1 count of misconduct involving a weapon, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference July 23rd at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing July 25th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $2,500. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You're not to possess any weapons, you may not possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Even though it is a Class 6 felony, why am I being given a bond and not released on my own recognizance?
So you are a prohibited possessor, and in the allegations allege that there were weapons found in your residence. I have 15 factors that I have to consider when I am setting a bond, and some of those things include the nature of the offense charged. It also includes your criminal history. I did review that. It does look like there are multiple prior felony convictions along with multiple failures to appear. I do have some concerns that as being a prohibited possessor that you are still possessing weapons despite the orders that you are not to do so. And so based on that, I have set a bond of $2,500. Anything further, sir?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. If you step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Oh. I'm sorry, we need to reprint, Mr. Ray, she just said. It looks like the date's printed wrong on there. Ms. Torres to the podium. Good morning, can I get your name and date of birth?
Natasha Lopez Torres, September 3589.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on 3 cases. They're probation violation warrants that were issued for you with allegations you violated terms 3, 4, and 5 of your probation in each case. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you, and you're going to have a probation revocation hearing July 24th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $250 each in the 2 cases and $100 in the 3rd case. It's a total bond of $600. In the event that bond is posted, you have written conditions of release you need to comply with. It does include not possessing any weapons or alcohol and contacting your probation officer within 72 hours of release. Did you have any questions, ma'am?
No.
Okay, if you take a seat out there, they'll bring you your paperwork. Thank you. That does conclude our 2 a.m. calendar, and we will now stand in recess until 5 a.m.
So take time. Gave her a hard time earlier. So we're looking for that. Yeah. All right.
Thank you. You may be seated. Good morning. This is the time set for the 5 a.m. calendar on July 18th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. I'll call you each one at a time to the podium, and I'll provide a second name to sit in the chair outside of this room. I'll let you know what you're here for, if I've appointed an attorney, if you have bond, and what your release conditions are. If we can start with Enrique to the podium and Ryan Davis to the chair. Good morning, sir. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Good morning. Enrique Moinado, 2690.
Thank you. It does look like you have 3 cases on the calendar this morning. We have 2 failure to appear bench warrants that were issued for you for pending drug charges that you have. I'm affirming the attorneys that were appointed in those cases. You're also here on a direct complaint that was filed. It has an offense date of April 10th, 2025, and it's for 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a class 4 felony. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you in that case. You're going to have some hearings coming up. You have a status conference July 24th at 8:30, an evidentiary hearing July 25th at 1:30. You have a preliminary hearing July 28th at 8:30, along with a status conference, same date and time. So 3 hearings coming up for all of your cases. In the 2 cases you failed to appear at, you have a a cash bond of $2,000 in each case. However, on the direct complaint that was filed, because you were out on felony release on those other 2 cases when this offense was committed, you are not eligible for bond on this case.
On April of?
April 10th, let me just double check the date. April 10th, 2025.
They're saying that I didn't have no police contact there.
So they filed a direct complaint against you for an offense date of April 10th with 1 count of possession or use of dangerous drugs, a class 4 felony.
I was in jail.
Maybe the drugs were found in custody. I don't have that specific information. Let me see if I can look it up.
April 10th.
So it took place on April 10th, 2025. It doesn't look like they're alleging that you were in custody. They were at a location on Tamarisk Street, and they alleged that you had fled out the back of the home and discarded some substance, and that substance was later tested, and so that's what this is based on. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. You're going to have an evidentiary hearing July 25th at 1:30 in the afternoon. That's the time set to determine if bond will be set on these charges. So although you have bond on your other 2 cases, you won't be released until you know if bond is going to be set on this case. So you may want to wait on posting that until you know what's going to happen on these charges. Okay, sir? If you'll step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork.
Thank you.
Ryan Davis to the podium and Alfredo Rubalcaba to the chair. Good morning, sir. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Good morning. My name is Ryan Thomas Davis, and my birthday is 12/7/1981.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a warrant for absconding from pretrial services and removing your electronic monitoring device.
Yeah.
I'll affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you,
Thank you.
and you'll have a status conference July 24th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $30,000. In the event you post that bond, you'll be released to the supervision of pretrial services and equipped with another electronic monitor. You'll have written conditions of release. You're not to possess any weapons or alcohol, and you may not leave the state of Arizona. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just up to your left side, they'll give you that paperwork.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alfredo Rubalcaba to the podium. Yulisa Burkhead to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Alfredo Rubalcaba, 12/4/68.
Can you repeat your date of birth?
12/4/68.
Thank you, sir. It does look like we have 2 cases on the calendar here. We have a new Superior Court case for 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony, and 1 count of criminal trespass in the 1st degree of a residential yard, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You are going to have a status conference on July 24th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on July 28th at 8:30. You also have a probation violation warrant that was issued for you with allegations you violated terms 3, 4, and 5 of your probation. I'm appointing counsel in that case as well and setting a probation revocation hearing on July 24th at 8:30. On your new charges, you have a secured appearance bond of $25,000 and on your probation case, a $250 bond. In the event that bond is posted, you have written conditions of release. It is going to include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Did you have any questions, sir?
No.
Just up to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Yulisa Burkhead to the podium and Dustin Hamilton to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Yulisa Burkhead. My date of birth is March 16, 2000.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on 2 probation violation warrants with allegations you violated terms 13 and 15 of your probation. Okay. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you and setting a probation revocation hearing July 24th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $2,500 in each case for a total of $5,000. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. It will include not possessing any weapons or alcohol and contacting your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
If you'll step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Dustin Hamilton to the podium and Curtis Townsville to the chair.
Hamilton. Hamilton. Hamilton.
Good morning, sir. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Dustin Hamilton, 8483.
Thank you, sir. You are here on a probation violation warrant with allegations you violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 15 of your probation. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you and setting a probation revocation hearing July 24th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $1,000. In the event you post that bond, you will have written conditions of release. You're not to possess any weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 24 hours. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
If you'll step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Curtis to the podium and Jeremiah to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Curtis Thomas, 04/30/1998.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a probation violation warrant with allegations you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you and setting a probation revocation hearing July 24th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $1,000. In the event you post that bond, you'll have written conditions of release. You are not to possess any weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions? Just step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Jeremiah to the podium and Hector to the chair.
Thank you. Jeremiah. I don't know. Huh? What's Jeremiah? Well, yes. All right.
Good morning, sir. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Jeremiah Allen McLaughlin, 11/24/1985.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new case. It does look like it's for 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of disobeying an order of the court, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference July 24th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing July 28th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $1,000. In the event that bond is posted, you have written conditions of release. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you must obey the terms of the order of protection that has been issued against you. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Actually, yes, I don't have a question. I have a request, actually. I apparently found out my dad is dying of stage 3, stage 4 bladder cancer. And apparently I was brought to my attention that I need to go back to Columbus, Ohio, and go see him real quick. Is there by any chance I can be granted to be able to go see my dad before he passes?
So you do now have some pending felonies, and so when felonies are pending, you're not to leave the state of Arizona. You're technically not even supposed to leave Maricopa County. I also have some concerns with the alleged victim in this case. So the bond is going to remain tonight. You will meet with your attorney on July 24th, and at that time you can discuss with your attorney and they can determine if it's appropriate to make that motion to the court. If you'll step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Hector to the podium, Angelica to the chair. Hector to the podium.
Hector. Hector, come on.
Yes, please. Right behind the podium, sir. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Hector Elizondo, on February 3rd, 1979.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a probation violation warrant with allegations you violated terms 1, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you and set a probation revocation hearing July 24th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $750. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You're not to possess any weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
So I have to bond out?
Correct.
Yeah.
Anything further?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just step to your left. The officer will give you that paperwork. Thank you, sir. Angelica to the podium. Kendra Henderson to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Angelica Raddick, 12/12/01.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on a failure to appear bench warrant for a pending drug paraphernalia charge. I'm going to affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you and set a hearing July 24th at 8:30 a.m. You have a secured appearance bond of $750. In the event that bond is posted, you have written conditions of release. You're not to possess any weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. You also need to ensure you attend this hearing. If you fail to appear at it, another warrant will issue and you'll forfeit your bond. Did you have any questions? Step to your left and they'll give you that paperwork. Kendall to the podium and Robert to the chair. Good morning. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Yes, Kendra Henderson, February 1st, 1994.
Thank you, sir. It does look like we have 5 cases on the calendar. 2 of them are probation violation warrants that were issued for you with allegations you violated terms 3 and 5 in each of your probation cases. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you and setting a probation revocation hearing July 24th at 8:30. In each of your probation cases, you have a secured appearance bond of $250. You also have 3 warrants here out of the Goodyear Municipal Court. It does appear that, let me see, they're all post-adjudication. They appear to be failure to pay or failure to comply with some court orders you have there. Hold on, sir. I'll give you an opportunity to speak in a moment.
Okay.
I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you, and I'm going to set an arraignment hearing on July 23rd at 8:30. That's in the Goodyear Municipal Court. That applies to all 3 of the Goodyear Municipal Court warrants. You have a placeholder bond on that. You have a $50 bond on each of those cases. Because you are currently being held on your probation violation matters, I'm placing the $50 bond to ensure that you are transported to all of your hearings. You have a total bond of $650 between your 5 cases. In the event that is posted, you have written conditions of release. It does include not possessing any weapons or alcohol, contacting your probation officer within 72 hours. Pay close attention on your paperwork to the date, time, and location because you do have them at different courts.
I just have a question.
Sure.
When the incident happened, I was at Circle K and I just had used I had to use the restroom and I was in Peoria and they transferred me here. They just said that I had a failure to appear for the Goodyear case. They just said that I had a failure to appear because I'm on a payment plan for Goodyear, and I'm on a payment plan. I'm just a little bit late for my payment because I had to take a couple of days off of work. I can make a payment. I'm on a payment plan for the Goodyear case. I'm not on probation. I didn't violate my probation at all.
So as it relates to the Goodyear Municipal Court cases, they issued the warrants on June 18th, 2025. You will have to take up with them any payment plans that you have. I don't have access to any of their information. Your hearing with them is on July 23rd, but I do show that you're also on probation in 2 Maricopa County Superior Court cases, and there's allegations in those that you violated terms 3 and 5, and that's where you have the secured appearance bond of $250.
How did I violate? I didn't violate my probation. I don't have there wasn't any additional incident that happened or anything like that.
The allegations are that you failed to report to the Adult Probation Department within 72 hours of release from incarceration on April 10th, 2025, and you did not reside in a residence approved by the Adult Probation Department, and on April 25th, 2025, a residence attempt was made at the last known residence with no success. So those are the allegations that have been presented, and as a result of those, warrants issued for your arrest on July 14th, 2025.
Oh, okay. So you said that the warrant was issued on July 14th?
Correct. Yeah. So just a couple of days ago.
I did report to the probation department. I have my probation officer's information. I reported to the probation department, and they have my address. I did recently move, but they have my address. They have my information. I live with my mom. My address is the same as the 604 South 7th Street. I reported to the probation department. I have my probation officer's information.
So according to the notes that your probation officer has submitted, they have that address that you just listed, and the person at that location has indicated that you do not live there and have never lived there. They have attempted to reach you at multiple different phone numbers and have showed up at that location with no success. So I will let you take that up with your assigned judge in this case and talk to your attorney at your next hearing, at your probation revocation hearing on July 24th. If you post bond, you need to make sure you attend that hearing. If you don't post bond, you'll remain in custody until then.
Okay. Is it possible that I can, is it possible that I can be released? I can report to the probation department. They have my information. I did recently move, so my mail can still be sent to the 604 South 7th Street. I don't have my new address just yet. I live with my mom. But I don't have my new address just yet. But I did update my address. I did go to the court to update my address, and they said that that was okay. They didn't say that I didn't violate my probation because I don't have like any new incidents that happened or anything like that.
So the violation of the probation is not alleging that you have any new incidents. It's that you have not remained in contact as required under your probation terms. So because of that, you do have to post a bond in order to be released from custody. Your total bond will be $650 between your 5 cases.
Oh, okay. Do I have a bond for the Goodyear case?
That's included in the $650. It's $50 for each of those cases, and then you have $250 on each of the probation cases.
Oh, okay.
So $650 is the total for all 5 cases. You would need to post the entire bond in order to be released.
I can make a payment for the Goodyear case. I normally make a payment. I'm on a payment plan for an incident that happened, and I'm just a little bit late for my payment plan. I can make a payment. I just had to take a couple of days off of work, but I can make a payment for the Goodyear case.
And I understand that, but they issued the warrant, and there's a valid warrant, so you will have to address that payment plan with them. I don't have access to their records, and so I can't reinstate your payment plan. Contact Goodyear Municipal. I have included their phone number in the paperwork. So when you get released, contact them about that payment plan.
Is it possible that I can be released for the Goodyear case?
If I release you on the Goodyear case and hold you on bond on the probation case, you will miss your hearing that is scheduled for Goodyear, which is why I simply placed what's called a placeholder bond of $50 on each of those cases. If I were to do that and you miss that hearing, a warrant would issue, and then you'd be brought back here again to be heard on those Goodyear cases. And so that's why I have to place the $50 bond.
Oh, okay.
Okay? If you step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork.
Okay.
Robert to the podium. And Jaime Sandoval to the chair. Good morning. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Robert Valencia, 12/05/1998.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you have 2 cases on the calendar. You have a probation violation warrant that was issued with allegations you violated terms 3, 4, and 5. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you and set a probation revocation hearing July 24th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $500 in that case. You're also here on a new case. That is for 1 count of resisting arrest, a passive resistance, class 1 misdemeanor. I am appointing an attorney to represent you, and you're going to have an arraignment hearing in the Tempe Municipal Court on July 23rd at 9 a.m. Because you are here on a probation violation and you're being held on that, I'm putting a placeholder bond of $50 on your second case to ensure that you are transported. In the event you do post bond, you'll have written conditions of release. You're not to possess any weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Am I getting released or am I staying until...
You have a bond of $550.
So I'm not getting released, right?
Not without posting bond.
Okay, cool.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork.
Yes. What's that?
Mr. Sandoval to the podium and Mr. Schmidt to the chair. Good morning, sir. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Jamie Sandoval, June 5th, 1996.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on 2 probation violation cases with allegations you violated terms 3, 5, and 15 of your probation. I'm appointing an attorney and setting a probation revocation hearing July 24th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $250 in each case for a total of $500. In the event that bond is posted, you have written conditions of release. You're not to possess any weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions? If you'll step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Schmidt to the podium and Ms. Stewart to the chair. Good morning, sir. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Good morning. Hudson Schmidt, 8/10/97.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new case. It does involve 1 count of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of assault, Class 3 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have an arraignment hearing July 22nd at 1:30 in the Surprise Municipal Court. You have a secured appearance bond of $500. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release, and I urge you to read them very carefully. In this case, you have an alleged victim. You are not to have any uninvited contact with the alleged victim. If the alleged victim consents to contact, you may do so. If they do not consent to contact and you reside with the alleged victim, then you do have to find an alternative residence. You may contact law enforcement for 1 civil standby to collect those belongings if that's necessary.
Okay.
All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Yes, my bond, is that posted immediately, or do I have to wait a certain time? Like, can I pay that this morning, or?
Yes, so here in a moment when they get you guys to the processing stage, they'll give you access to a phone and phone numbers for bail bonding companies, or you can contact family and friends and they can get that posted. Once it's posted, it takes about 4 to 6 hours.
Sorry, one more question. Bondsman, that's what, 10%?
Typically, it's 10% plus collateral.
$50.
Yeah, if you contact the bail bonding company, they'll give you a list of different numbers. You can contact multiple to see what suits you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Alyssa Stewart to the podium and Michael Sosa to the chair. Good morning, ma'am. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Alyssa Stewart, 12/3/92.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on a probation violation warrant with allegations you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I'm appointing an attorney and setting a probation revocation hearing July 24th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $100. In the event that bond is posted, you have written conditions of release. You may not possess any weapons or drugs, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Michael Sosa to the podium and Dolores Hendricks to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Michael Sosa, 2/4/89.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a probation violation warrant with allegations you violated terms 6, 7, and 11. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you and setting a probation revocation hearing July 24th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $250. In the event that bond is posted, you have written conditions of release. You may not possess weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
You said 250?
$250.
Thank you.
Just up to your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Dolores Hendricks to the podium. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Dolores Hendricks, 10/20/1964.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on a justice court warrant related to failing to pay some fines or complete some court orders for a charge of driving with a license that was suspended, revoked, or canceled in 2017. Due to the nature of your charge, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. I'm going to set an arraignment hearing August 7th at 1:30 in the Encanto Justice Court. I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's your promise to appear at that hearing. You have written conditions of release you need to comply with. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
If you'll step to your left, ma'am, they'll give you that paperwork.
Just take their cards, no processing. Take this one. Drop it off and release the processing. Give them 2 officers. And now bring that guy in. There's Opa and Stewart.
Do we have Mr. Harrison here?
Yes, ma'am.
morning. Could I get your name and date of birth?
My name is Leighton Harris. I was born January 30th, 1997.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new Superior Court case. It does include 14 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, a Class 2 felony, and 2 counts of enticing a child to use an electronic device, a Class 5 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference July 24th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing July 28th at 8:30. You have a cash bond of $150,000. In the event you post that bond, you will be released to the supervision of pretrial services and equipped with electronic monitoring. You will also have written conditions of release. You are not to initiate any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, witness. You may not have contact with any minors, and you are prohibited from accessing the internet through any electronic means. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Yeah, so the only way I can, get out of here at all before that next jury or whatever is $150,000?
Correct.
All right.
It's just up to your left. The officer will give you that paperwork.
So it looks like I'm probably just going to stay in facility.
If you don't post, then you will remain in custody. You'll meet with your attorney on July 24th.
Okay, I don't have any way to, when I meet with my attorney finally, is there a chance for any kind of plea deal or anything, or is it just already set?
Well, we're not there yet, but you have not been found guilty, and so they will discuss what the process looks like going forward.
Because that's what I was wondering, if you guys are already charging me with something or not, so.
So these are the allegations at this time, but again, you have not been found guilty of anything. I'm appointing an attorney, and so you can discuss all of the facts with your attorney, and again, you will meet with that attorney at the status conference on July 24th.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. If you'll take a seat out there. Case number 20 and 6 will proceed as a house call due to disruptive behavior. Case number 20, Jesus Rodriguez, date of birth December 6, 1999. He is here on a justice court warrant for failing to appear for an offense date of September 28, 2023 for 1 count of disorderly conduct. Due to the nature of his charge, he's not entitled to court-appointed counsel. I am setting an arraignment hearing August 7th at 8:30 in the El Centro Justice Court. I am releasing him on his own recognizance, that is his promise to appear. In the event, he will have written conditions of release. He may not possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and he may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. If anything changes after I meet with him, I will update the written record. Case number 6, Patrick Kelly, date of birth March 22nd, 1967. We are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant for a pending drug charge. I'll affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent him and set a status conference July 23rd at 8:30. He has a cash bond of $100. In the event that bond is posted, he has written conditions of release. It will include not possessing any weapons or alcohol and contacting his probation officer within 72 hours. If anything changes after I meet with him, I will update the written record. That does conclude our 5 a.m. calendar, and we will now stand in recess until 8 a.m.
comes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, no talking out here. Once we get started and all the way through court, we need to discuss stuff outside of this lobby when we get to the next zone. Judges can come in and sit down. Everyone rise up. All rise. Janine Dyer, now presiding. Honorable Janine Dyer, now presiding. Excuse me.
No worries. Good morning. You may be seated.
Thank you, everyone. Sorry, it's a little rushed.
No worries.
How are you today?
I'm good. Are you having a good morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get the chatter down a little bit.
Good morning, everyone. I am Commissioner Dyer. We are here this morning on the 8 a.m. initial appearance calendar for July 18th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the 1st of this month will apply to all matters on this calendar. Before we get started, there's just a few things that I want to explain to you. First is I'm going to be calling each of you up to the podium one by one, where I will ask you for your first and last name and your date of birth. I will then advise you as to why you are here. I will also advise you as to whether or not an attorney has been appointed to represent you. I will then let you know what your upcoming court dates will be, what your bond will be if you are eligible for bond, and what your release conditions will be. Some of you may have questions while I'm providing this advisement to you. I just ask that you hold your questions until I complete the advisement. In addition, your questions should only be directed towards your release conditions. This is a recorded proceeding, and you are here without counsel today. So anything that you say regarding your case could be used against you. Any legal questions that you have, you should wait to speak to your attorney regarding those questions. The first person that I'm calling to the podium is Glenn Hill. If you will please come to the podium. And Mr. Herrera, if you'll please have a seat in the chair.
That's the center podium. Let me raise that up. It's a little low.
Good morning, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Glenn Hill, April 28th, 1991.
You are here today because you have a probation violation warrant. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on July 24th at 8:30. According to your warrant, you are not eligible for bond today due to the nature of the violation of probation. It appears that there may be that you may have to be incarcerated for a period of time. That's pretty much everything that I have to advise you of this morning. If you have no questions for me, the officer is going to hand you your paperwork, and then you may go back into holding and have a seat. Did you have any questions?
Yes. When you say incarcerated, you mean jail time or prison time?
It could be either or. I don't know. So when you go to your hearing next week, you will find out more. And you'll have your attorney will be there with you and will be able to advise you more on what that looks like.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Herrera, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. McGuffey, if you will please have a seat in the chair. Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Manuel Herrera, 07/21/2000, Your Honor.
Good
morning, Your Honor. Jason Squires on behalf of Mr. Herrera, who is present.
I am so sorry, Mr. Squires. I did not mean to overlook you. Is the state appearing? Is the state appearing for this matter? Okay. Mr. Herrera, you are here today due to a bond surrender. You obviously already have counsel. You do have a status conference hearing scheduled for July 24th at 8:30. I have very limited information regarding the bond surrender outside of what was written by the bonding agent. Mr. Squires, do you want to be heard on release conditions at this time?
Yes, Your Honor. He is on a surrender from the bond because he was not able to pay the $20,000 renewal fee for the annual bond. Mr. Herrera, the reports indicate Hera, but it's Herrera. The defendant's true and correct last name, Herrera. His wife says everything looks like it's just Herra, and that's what he responds to as well. But I wanted to correct that for the record. He has never had a failure to appear. I've been representing him for over a year. I'm asking for an OR release, own recognizance release, because we have been litigating this case for well over a year. He's had no failures to appear. There were new charges filed, but they were part of this overall larger case, so it's been continued for a very, very long time. He's maintained constant communication with me and is not a risk to flee. He is a veteran, and we're asking for an own recognizance or a pretrial services release to get him back with his family. But he is in custody simply because he could not afford to pay an additional $20,000 to the bondsman after giving them $20,000 originally. That's why he's in custody. Nothing else. No failures to comply, nothing like that. He just didn't have the money.
Okay, have you asked for a bond modification before, while this has been pending?
Yes,
and was that
I did.
denied?
No, it was not. It has not been heard yet. When we got the demand for the bond increase, I filed it last Friday. I checked with the court yesterday when he was arrested. There has been no ruling on that as of yet, but I did file that.
I mean, the reason why I'm asking is that I know that he was seen initially on February 13th of last year, and I believe that that's when the bond was imposed, correct?
Yes,
So that's what I'm
was the
looking at, the
bond
release order. Right.
That
so
was the bond imposed for a year, and then the renewal fee, like I mentioned.
Okay, I guess that's sort of the question here. I will just say what I see when I review the dockets oftentimes is that request to modify bond happens earlier in a case. And sometimes the request is made that, to step down to pretrial services or something of the like. When I'm reviewing everything, it just looks like the previous release conditions have just been affirmed throughout the case.
Oh, yes. Let me notify the court of my intelligence on this matter. So his family posted the bond, and then he hired me. There was no request to modify the bond prior because he had posted it, and he was out of custody and doing well. It wasn't until the bondsman demanded a $20,000 yearly renewal that we scrambled to get the modification to his release conditions. I reached out to the prosecutor. I asked Mr. Rickman, the assigned DCA, and in my candor to the court, he did not want an OR release. He did not, but he didn't give me any position on pretrial services, and I filed the modification. I asked him for a stipulation to OR. He said he didn't want to do an OR release, and that is all the information that I have to the court as my duty of candor to the tribunal, but he didn't say anything about pretrial services. Mr. Herrera is in here only because, go ahead.
And when did you file your motion to modify bonds? Because the last thing on the docket is dated for July 9th.
It was July 10th, I think, Your Honor.
Okay, so that motion hasn't hit the docket, and that is not for me. That would not be anything that I would rule on. And absent having a county attorney here to provide the state's recommendation, I'm not inclined to modify the bond. I'm not inclined to do that. I'm inclined to just affirm what the previous bond was, and any arguments or issues regarding a modification of bond should happen in front of the assigned judicial officer.
Okay, is it possible to recall the matter when the state is like maybe on the 11 o'clock calendar, if the state will be presenting? I don't want to ambush the state, but we haven't got a ruling from the assigned, and I'm just trying to prevent him from spending unnecessary time in custody. I think there will be an agreement.
And I can move it to the 11 or the 2 o'clock calendar.
Okay, that'd be great, Your Honor, and I'll try to get
I'm asking you which do you prefer? Can I move it to the 2? Do I have time to move it to the 2?
Whichever is better on Your Honor's calendar, and whichever one the state will be present.
So I will move it to, I'm going to be presiding over the 2 p.m. calendar. So I would prefer to move it to the calendar since I'm already familiar. You don't have to present new information. the same information to a different judicial officer. So I will move this to the 2 p.m. calendar, and then we will reach out to the covering county attorney, and also that gives you more time to sort out whatever you need to sort out. So if any record needs to be made, you would be able to do that.
Great, Your Honor. Thank you for your time.
Okay, so Mr. Herrera, I'm going to move your matter to the 2 p.m. calendar so that your attorney has the opportunity to speak to the county attorney and provide additional information so we can sort this out. Because if we were to move forward today, right now, I would probably affirm the prior bond. So if you have no objection to that.
I don't got nothing to say, Your Honor.
He doesn't have any objection here.
Okay. So we will then move this matter to the 2 p.m. I will see you back at 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And can we reach out to Ms. Boyer and let her know? Thank you. Mr. McGuffey, if you will please come to the podium, and Ms. Garcia, if you will please have a seat in the chair. Well, sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Ashton McGuffey, August 15, 2006.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of a deadly weapon that has been defaced, a class 6 felony, 1 count of theft or control over stolen property, a class 6 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony. I did find probable cause as to all the counts, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on July 24th at 8:30, and you will have a preliminary hearing on July 28th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. If you are able to post bond, you cannot possess any weapons, and you must appear for both of your court dates. Failing to comply with your release conditions or appearing for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bonds could be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, if you will please step to the left, the officer has given you your paperwork, so if you will go ahead and have a seat. Thank you.
Hello.
Ms. Garcia, will you please come to the podium, and Mr. Parker, will you please have a seat in the chair? Hello, ma'am. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Linda Garcia, 72963.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 4 counts of disorderly conduct involving fighting, a class 1 misdemeanor, 1 count of endangerment, a class 1 misdemeanor, and 3 counts of assault with intent to injure, a class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to all of the counts. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have an arraignment hearing on July 22nd at 9 a.m. You have a cash-only bond in the amount of $1,000. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, you cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victims, and you cannot possess any weapons. If there are any orders of protection or orders against harassment that are issued, you must comply with those orders. Please be advised that I'm giving you this advisement based on the information that I reviewed. You can't have any contact with the victim. Even if the victim contacts you first, you're not permitted to live in the same residence at this time. You are cautioned that if you violate the no victim contact order in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a class 6 felony. Failure to comply with release conditions or failing to appear for your court date will result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Parker, will you please come to the podium? And Ms. Dishove, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Thank you. Good morning, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
11/25/86, Dustin Parker.
Thank you. You were here today because you have 3 warrants for failing to appear for a court date. An attorney was already appointed to represent you in all 3 matters. You have a status conference hearing on all 3 matters on July 24th at 8:30. Each of your warrants had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,000, so you have a total secured appearance bond in the amount of $6,000. If you are able to post bond, you must appear for your court date. Failing to appear for your court date would result in the loss of your bond. Warrants would issue again for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, the officer has given you your paperwork. You may have a seat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Bischoff, if you'll please come to the podium, and Mr. Anthony Amaya, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Good morning. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Chris Bischoff, 22702.
You are here today because you have 3 probation violation warrants. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in all 3 matters. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on July 24th at 8:30. One of your warrants has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. The other 2 have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. So your total secured appearance bond is $2,250. If you are able to post bond, you must appear for your court date. Failure to appear for your court date would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, you may have a seat. Thank you. Mr. Amaya, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. Cole Piercy, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and
Anthony Michael Maya, 31294.
You are here today because you have 3 probation violation warrants. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in all 3 matters. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on July 24th at 8:30. Each of your warrants has, 2 of your warrants had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. The last one had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. So your total secured appearance bond between the 3 cases is $1,000. If you are able to post bond, you must appear for your court date. Failure to appear for your court date would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants would issue for your arrest again, and additional bond could be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, you may have a seat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Piercy, if you will please come to the podium, and Ms. Lewis, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Good morning, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Cole Piercy, May 19th, 1998.
Thank you. You are here today because 2 warrants were issued when you failed to appear for your court dates. An attorney was already appointed to represent you in both matters. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on July 24th at 8:30. Each of your warrants has a cash-only bond in the amount of $50, so your total bond is $100 cash. If you are able to post bond, you must appear for your court date. If you fail to appear for your court date, that would result in the loss of the bond that you post. Another warrant would issue for your arrest again, and additional bond could be imposed.
So I'm not going to get OR'd, even though I turned myself in? No, so it's $100?
Yes. Do you have any other questions?
No, I guess not really. Just other. I thought I was gonna get OR'd or released today. That's what I've been getting told.
Well, we did not receive that information, and the warrants were confirmed to be valid, and that's what the.
No, I know. I did a self-surrender, and I turned myself into the Mesa courthouse yesterday. Got up with my PO.
That doesn't absolve you from being responsible. And the orders are still the orders, so I have all my jobs.
I don't have anything else to say.
All right, so you have a seat. Thank you. Ms. Lewis, will you please come to the courtroom? And Mr. Lopez Izquierdo, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Good morning, ma'am. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Good morning, Maxina Lewis, 8/31/88.
Thank you. You are here today because a warrant was issued when you failed to appear for a court date. An attorney was already appointed to represent you in this matter. You have a status conference hearing on July 24th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $350. If you are able to post bond, you must appear for your court date. Failure to appear for your court date would result in the loss of any bond that you post. a warrant would issue for your arrest again, and additional bond could be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me.
The day of my court date, I was in the courtroom and I was waiting for them to call me, and they were like just really clearing everybody out. And I ended up just leaving. And then by the time I got home, I had seen that I had a video court call.
Ma'am, your warrant was issued on July 17th of 2024.
2024, yeah.
Right. So between December and we're in the middle of July.
Okay.
Well, you had an attorney, and so if you had some confusion,
and there
was a way for you to take care of it, and you didn't.
Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Lopez Izquierdo, if you'll please, and I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing your last name, if you will please come to the podium. And Mr. Wallenberg, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Omar Lopez Izquierdo, 12/09/2001.
Thank you. You are here today because you have a probation violation warrant.
Okay.
An attorney was already appointed to represent you in this. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You were here on a probation violation warrant. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. My apologies. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on July 24th at 8:30. Your warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. If you are able to post bond, you must appear for your court date. Failure to appear for your court date would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Another warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, you may have a seat. Thank you.
Wait, what's today, ma'am? What's today's date?
Today is July 18th. Mr. Wallenberg, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. Shakir, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Good morning, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Brendan Michael Wallenberg, May 9th, 1981.
Thank you. You are here this morning because you have two probation violation warrants. You have a direct complaint that was filed, and you have a warrant out of El Centro Justice Court. I'm going to start.
Out of where?
El Centro Justice Court. So I'm going to first start with your direct complaint. You were charged with 1 count of possession of a dangerous drug, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. The date of these alleged offenses is October 7th of 2024. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a status conference hearing on July 24th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on July 28th at 8:30. The direct complaint had a cash-only bond in the amount of $500. Then, as to your probation violation warrants, I appointed an attorney to represent you in both matters. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on July 24th at 8:30. Each of those warrants had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. And then as to your warrant out of El Centro Justice Court, you have an arraignment. I did appoint an attorney to represent you on that matter. You do have an arraignment hearing on July 23rd at 8:30. I gave you a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50. It is essentially a placeholder bond because you have bonds here for Superior Court. This will ensure that you get transported to your hearing in the Justice Court. So between your 4 cases, you have $1,050 in secured appearance bond and $500 cash bond. If you are able to post bond, you do need to make sure that you appear for all of your court dates. If you fail to do so, that would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants will issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, you may have a seat. Thank you. Mr. Dersnow, if you'll please come to the podium, and Mr. Ehinger, if you'll please, or Ehinger, I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing your last name, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Hello, sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Shakir Dersnow, January 24th, 2005.
You are here today because you were charged with 2 counts of criminal damage, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You have an arraignment hearing on July 22nd at 1:30. You have a secured appearance, bond in the amount of $500. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim. You cannot possess any weapons. If there are any orders of protection or orders against harassment that are issued, you must comply with those orders. You cannot reside at the same location as the alleged victim. You are permitted one civil standby with local law enforcement to assist you in retrieving your essential belongings. You are also cautioned that if you violate the no victim contact order in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a Class 6 felony. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court date would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond could be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, you'll have to.
Thank you.
Mr. Iyengar, if you'll please come to the podium, and Mr. Ramirez, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Hello, sir. Will you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Jacob Lloyd Iyengar, 12/26/91.
You are here today because a direct complaint was filed where you were charged with 1 count of possession of a dangerous drug, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. The date of these alleged offenses is December 17th of 2024. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on July 24th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on July 28th at 8:30. The direct complaint had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. If you are able to post bond, you must appear for your court date. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants would issue for your arrest and additional bond would be imposed. I did review, I know that you had another case, and my understanding is that you are currently serving 90 days on your probation violation matter, so posting bond would not secure your release.
Right.
Okay, but it allows you to continue to accrue credit for your time being served while you're in custody.
It does what?
Allows you to continue to accrue time.
Okay. So what does that mean? Like I'll get
So
time
your time is still being counted. Your time is still, you have 90 days. I think you were sentenced in June.
Yeah.
So by me placing a bond on you, you're still getting credit for your time.
Okay.
Okay?
Cool. And I do have one other question. This was for the Scottsdale, right?
This is a Superior Court direct complaint warrant, so I don't have any information. I don't know where the offense occurred. I just have that you were charged with these offenses.
Okay. Just because I've been putting in motions to try to get this court date going because I want to take care of the warrant because I'm trying to do a reach out for
So I see that you have a Scottsdale Municipal Court hold, but I don't know when those are 2 separate courts. This is not, we only do Superior Court matters here. The Scottsdale Municipal Court is a separate court, so I would not be able to help you with that.
So that's not this?
That's not this.
Are you sure? Because they were telling me.
I am telling you, you are charged here in this court. You have a criminal case here. This is a new criminal case in Superior Court. I'm looking at your information. I see that you have a Scottsdale Municipal Court hold. I don't know when Scottsdale is going to come and get you to take care of that, but you have 2 separate matters going on right now in 2 different courthouses.
Okay, how can I get that taken care of?
I just told you I don't know. I don't have any control over what happens in Scottsdale.
You don't know how I'd be able to get a hold of the judge to set up a court date while I'm here or anything?
The deputies will probably be able to explain to you how the different holds work for the city courts. I'm not able to do that for you. I don't have that information.
Okay.
I can provide you information regarding our court.
Okay.
Okay?
And does this count as my bond and stuff like that? Does that count as a hold?
Yes.
It does?
So that's why by having this bond, you'll get credit, and also you will be transported. If you have a court date for your Scottsdale case, you will be transported to that court date. But I don't have that information right now. I just know that there's a hold from Scottsdale.
But I'm saying, like, do I have a hold for this court?
That's what the bond is. I feel like we're having a circular conversation.
No, I know. I'm just confused because they're 2 separate things.
I'm gonna just separate it out, okay? You were already seen on your probation violation and you were sentenced to 90 days in jail. This direct complaint has come in. I opposed the bond that was on that warrant so that, A, you will continue to get credit for your time that you are currently serving on your sentence for the probation violation matter.
Okay.
In addition, I see that there is a hold out of Scottsdale Municipal Court. By having this bond, if Scottsdale needs to see you, if a court date is set, you will be transported for that hearing. I don't know what's going on with that, so I cannot give you any information regarding that. The last thing is that I'm advising you that against attempting to post bond, because it would not secure your release because you are serving time on your matter, your probation violation matter that you were seen on in June.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's everything. Those are all the answers I have right now.
Is there any way I could not have a hold for this court? Because I'm trying to get rid of my hold so Reach Out can come pick me up and I can go to rehab.
I cannot get rid of your hold. Scottsdale has put the hold on you.
For here.
Scottsdale has put the hold on you.
No, I mean for this case.
No.
No? Okay. All right, thank you.
Mr. Ramirez, will you please come to the podium, and Mr. Wells, will you please have a seat in the chair?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Ma'am, I'm sorry, I'm a little hard of hearing.
Okay, we'll get you a hearing device.
Okay, my name Mario Ramirez. Oh, thank you.
You say something?
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. It's too loud on the speaker, though.
So just step back a little bit from the microphone so you don't get
The
feedback.
volume's right here.
Oh,
Okay.
hello? Okay.
Are you able, is that better?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Can
Thank
you
you.
state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Mario R. Ramirez, November 4th, 1950.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of assault with intent to injure, a class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to that offense, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have an arraignment hearing on August 5th at 9 a.m. I am going to release you on your own recognizance today. You do have to promise to appear for your court date. Do you promise to appear for your court date?
Yes, ma'am, I
You have
will.
you have the following release conditions. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim, and you cannot possess any weapons. If there are any orders of protection or orders against harassment that have been issued, you must comply with those orders. You cannot reside in the same location as the alleged victim. You are permitted one civil standby with local law enforcement to assist you in collecting your essential belongings. You are cautioned that if you violate the no victim contact order in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a class 6 felony. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court date would result in a warrant issuing for your arrest, and a bond would be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, I believe the officer is giving you your paperwork.
Yes, ma'am. The only problem is my son lives with us. And
I understand. I read the probable cause statement, and I made a determination that
he takes care of my wife. She has Alzheimer's, and she takes care of my bills and things.
Sir?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're asking me questions, and as I'm trying to answer, you keep talking.
I'm sorry.
I'm just letting you know that if you continue to interrupt me, then we just won't have a discussion.
Okay, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Okay. I reviewed the probable cause statement. In reading the facts for which I found probable cause on was that you assaulted your son in the home.
Yes.
That's what I made those are the alleged facts that I made a probable cause finding that it's reasonable to believe that they may be true. Okay? That's the first part. I also read information regarding what happened leading up to that altercation, which also causes me concern. I will let you know that I was trying to determine whether or not I should impose a bond on you, because that's how concerned I was about the escalation of what occurred on the date of this offense.
Yes, ma'am.
So I am releasing you on your own recognizance, but part of that is that you can't live in the home right now.
Oh.
You can't live in the home right now until you get to your first court date, and whatever that judge who's assigned to this case, whatever determinations they make at that time. But as of right now, I don't believe that you should be in the home right now.
Okay.
So you will have to find someplace else to stay while this matter is pending, or at least until you get to your first court date.
Okay.
If you don't comply with my order and you get into some more trouble and you're back at the house, number one, you could be charged with a felony, Secondly, if that happens, you will get a bond.
Okay,
Okay.
it won't happen, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
So I believe you have your paperwork. If you want to take off the hearing device, you may have a seat. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Mr. Wells, will you please come to the podium? Mr. Elliott, will you have a seat in the chair? Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Lamarius Wells, December 28, 2006.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of assault with intent to injure, a class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to this offense, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have an arraignment hearing on August 7th at 9 o'clock. I am inclined to release you to pretrial services. You do have to promise to appear for your court date. Do you promise to appear?
Yes, ma'am.
You have the following release conditions. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim. You cannot possess any weapons. If there are any orders of protection or orders against harassment that have been issued, you must comply with those orders. You cannot reside at the same location as the alleged victim. You are also cautioned that if you violate the no victim contact order in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a class 6 felony. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court date would result in a warrant issuing for your arrest, and a bond would be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, I see that you have your orders. You may have a seat. Thank you. Mr. Elliott, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. Alvarez, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Good morning. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Yeah,
Can you tell me your first name and your last name?
yeah.
You're saying yes, but you're not telling me what your name is. If I asked, was your name Shane Elliott, would that be true?
Yeah,
If so the information that I have is that your date of birth is December 27th, 2000, would that be true?
yeah.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of criminal trespass in the 2nd degree, class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to that offense. Due to the nature of the offense, you are not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You do have an arraignment hearing on August 5th at 8:30. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance. Do you promise to appear for your court date? Okay. Well, if you are not willing to promise that you will be there, I will have to change my order to ensure that you will be at your court date. So, I am going to impose a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100. Okay, so I've changed the order. So you have a secured appearance, so your court date will be July 28th at 10 a.m. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100. Oh, wait, I need to put a note in there. I'm so sorry. Okay, now it's ready. So you will have, your court date will be on July 28th at 10 a.m. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100. If you're able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court date would result in the loss of any bond that you post. And warrant will issue for your arrest and additional bond could be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. The officer is going to give you your paperwork and you may have a seat. Thank you.
There you go, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Alvarez, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. Owens, will you please have a seat in the chair? Hello, Mr. Alvarez, will you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Eric Rivera Alvarez, September 4th, 1980.
You are here today because you have a new case. You were charged with 1 count of driving with a license that was suspended, revoked, or canceled, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Due to the nature of the, I did not find probable cause as to that offense. I have to fix this on my side. It's not showing that the probable cause box was checked. So I'm not sure what happened here. Okay, is it showing now? Okay. So I did not find probable cause as to that offense. Due to the nature of the offense, you are not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You will have an arraignment hearing on August 5th at 1:30. Please make sure that you appear for that court date, even though I did not find probable cause today. Information can be provided where that could be cured. So if you fail to appear for your court date and a probable cause finding is made on that date, a warrant could be issued for your arrest. So you had to reprint it. Yeah. So that takes care of everything that I needed to advise you of today. If you have no questions for me, let me have a seat. Thank you. Mr. Owens, will you please come to the podium? Good morning, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Michael Owens, July 4th, 92.
You are here today as a fugitive of justice. There was a warrant that was issued out of Texas. As a fugitive of justice, you have the right to an extradition hearing. You would be entitled to bond. You would have the right to hire an attorney at your own expense. One would not be appointed to you because this matter is civil in nature rather than criminal. An extradition requires a warrant to be signed by both the governor here in Arizona and the governor in Texas. That process can take between 60 and 90 days. You also have the right to waive an extradition hearing. If you choose to waive an extradition hearing, Texas would have 30 days from tomorrow to come and pick you up. You would no longer be entitled to bond. In your situation, if you choose not to waive your rights, you would have an initial hearing on July 28th at 1:30, and your secured appearance bond would be $50,000. Did you have an opportunity to review the information regarding your rights?
I did, but I'm just there's a couple things. I was just here July 2nd through July 15th. While I was here, I lost my job.
Okay, sir. I'm going to stop you because those things have nothing to do with what we're here for today. I have to address this warrant out of Texas.
Oh.
I can't do anything about what happened earlier this month. I just received information that you were here on this warrant.
That's something that I was here for this warrant from July 2nd to July 15th.
I don't see any information that you were here. I'm looking and it doesn't.
Yeah, I was here from the 2nd to the 15th. They released me on the 15th. I went home, and then yesterday they all showed up at my house, pointing assault rifles at me and my wife and my children in the living room. Arrested me again and told my wife there was a clerical error and brought me back.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take a pause because I don't have any information showing that you were even, normally if somebody was here on IA, I would have that information regarding their previous IA. So I need a moment to go and research this information. I will come back and see if I can figure out what the issue is, okay?
Okay, can I go call my... Can I... Sorry, I'm still really shaken up. There's a lot of assault rifles pointed at us, and I was just
I'm taking
home,
a brief recess right now, so
Yes,
I can go research and see what's going on here.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Am I able to step right here and make a call? Thank you.
not while she's researching, she's gonna come back in here and need to see you. I'm not gonna come out and pull you off the phone, just have a seat.
Okay.
Until she makes the decision.
Okay.
Mr. Owens, will you please come back to the podium? So in reviewing what happened previously, it looks like a commissioner did dismiss they dismissed the case. However, Texas has not quashed the FOJ warrant. So until this matter gets resolved, if you don't take care of it, you'll keep getting picked up on this warrant.
Yes, ma'am.
So we were able to, we researched, and this warrant was confirmed as still valid as of yesterday. That was the information. So that's kind of where you are right now. So what would you like to do? Do you want to, you can choose not to waive your rights. You'd have another hearing on July 28th, and you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50,000. Or if you choose not to waive, then you would not be eligible for bond, and Texas would have 30 days from tomorrow to pick you up.
Well, I was supposed to have court on the 21st.
Well, you didn't have court on the 21st because the case was dismissed, and then you got picked up again on the warrant. So we're starting over, basically, because this is a valid warrant still.
What is the warrant over? I don't know.
In Texas, you were charged with fraud. That's the offense that is alleged. And it looks like there is multiple counts of fraud. And this warrant was initially issued this warrant was issued on March 24th, 2025. So, do you know how you would like to proceed?
Well, I don't have $50,000 to bond out, so.
So I'm going to ask you some questions. If you're going to choose to waive your rights, I do need to ask you some questions before I can make that final determination. So first, I need to confirm that you did review the information regarding your rights.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you do know that you do not have to sign the paperwork to waive your rights. You do understand that you don't have to do that.
Correct.
And you understand that you do have the right to an extradition hearing. You have to answer out loud.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you do understand that you have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense.
Yes, ma'am.
And you do understand that you have the right to demand that both the governor in Arizona and the governor in Texas sign the governor's warrants before you are returned.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that you would have the right to bail?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you want to give up those rights and sign the paperwork?
Can I get the bond dropped at all, below 50?
I will tell you that your warrant out of Texas asks that you be held without bond. So it's not going lower than 50.
I understand.
So
if I hire a lawyer here, would they be able to represent me in Texas? Because it sounds like they're gonna pick me up. Is what it kind of sounds like.
This is a whole Texas case. Your criminal issue is in Texas. If you hired an attorney here, it's not going to be regarding your actual criminal charges.
That makes sense.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I was asking you that you do understand that you have the right to bond, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you want to give up those rights and sign the paperwork?
Yes, ma'am. I'll sit and hope they don't pick me up.
Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to sign the paperwork?
No, ma'am.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication in the last 24 hours?
Tylenol, that's it. I have cracked ribs.
Well, based on that, does any of that affect your ability to make a decision here today?
No, ma'am.
To understand what is happening right now?
No, ma'am.
I find that you knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily are signing the waiver. I'm going to also sign it. I am directing the Sheriff's Office to notify Texas that you are ready for a pickup. Texas will have 30 days from tomorrow to pick you up unless you have any local charges pending. If you have any local charges pending, the 30 days would not start until after those local charges were resolved. Do you have any questions? Okay, please step forward and say...
No, ma'am. Sorry.
And please step forward to sign the paperwork. Thank you. Okay, go ahead and sign. I'm going to need one more signature, okay? Hold on. Go ahead.
looks good.
Thank you.
Dasa Ikoma, date of birth April 29th, 1997, is here on a new case. They are not physically present in court due to, she is not physically present in court due to concerns regarding self-harm. She was charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault, a Class 2 felony, 1 count of criminal damage, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of assault with an intent to injure, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to all counts, and I did appoint an attorney to represent her. She will have a status conference hearing on July 24th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on July 28th at 8:30. She will have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. If she's able to post bond, she'll be released to pretrial services on electronic monitoring. She will also be advised that she cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, initiate any contact with the alleged victims, and she cannot possess any weapons. She will also be advised that if there are any orders of protection or orders against harassment that are issued, she must comply with those orders. She cannot reside at the same location as the alleged victim. She will be permitted 1 civil standby with local law enforcement to collect her essential belongings. She will also be cautioned that if she violates the no victim contact order in a criminal case, she could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a Class 6 felony. She will further be advised that if she fails to comply with release conditions or she fails to appear for her court dates, that any bond that she posts will be forfeited, a warrant would issue for her arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. After I meet with Ms. Ikoma, if any changes are needed, I will do so either on the record or in writing. Eden Rivera, date of birth November 24th, 1997, is here on a probation violation warrant. She is not physically present in court due to concerns of self-harm. I did appoint an attorney to represent her in this matter. She will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on July 24th at 8:30. Her warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $750. Ms. Rivera will be advised that if she's able to post bond, she must appear for her court date, and if she fails to appear for her court date, that would result in the loss of any bond that she posts. Another warrant would issue for her arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. After I meet with Ms. Rivera, if any changes are needed, I will do so either on the record or in writing. This concludes our 8 a.m. initial appearance calendar, and we stand in recess until 11 a.m.
Right. All rise, the Honorable John Agra now presiding.
Okay. Okay, please be seated. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Okay.
Did I enunciate your name correctly?
Correct, you did. You did. Thank you very much. I need 1 minute just to log in. All right. Still giving me the circle, so I'm almost there. Yep. Come on, it's not. Is it camp box out? No.
Okay, did you, and you're positive about your,
Should I be logged off of the other one?
no? How about I log in as me, and then we'll just go into ISO. Now put it. You're using the wrong user ID. You're using your ISIS.
Okay. Okay. Got to be smarter than the computer. That's the lesson for today.
You got this.
Goodness, nobody's going I was just like, this is not right after we did this. I thought, shit, now I'm going to your profile. It'll just be a second.
I'm going to go have some coffee. I'll be back.
You go get your proper road. That would be a story.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm waiting for some computer issues to resolve. I appreciate your patience. Be with you shortly.
I'm so sorry. Right after we did, I was like,
I should have done nothing.
It won't do this to you again. It'll still be a small thing is because if so I gotta make sure yours did you find some comments from HR? Is your name? Yes, he did. Did you
Just looking for the name.
Yes, that's what this is. So we need to remember before we do that, we need to do it. So
No? Here we go.
Maybe open edge, or open, yeah, see the pin edge, right there, yeah, open that. Wait a second, oh, Jesus Christ, okay, yeah, confirm. Continue without Google data. Okay, just close, we'll just do, oh, see the judicial branch of Arizona circle, right, okay, we're sort of right here, right, here, click right here. Great, now, also, remember, we didn't do it. We never did it. We bailed out. Remember that? We didn't do it. Because you couldn't touch it. I'll take it now. Remember? Okay. Sorry. And then let it do this. And we're going to go.
Oh, wow. All right. I think we're ready to go here. Again, good morning. This is the 11 a.m. initial appearance calendar for July 18th, 2025. The court orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar as well. If I could have Corenda Manycows come forward and take take position behind the podium, and Manuel Ochoa, if I could have you come up and take the chair next to the door, please. Good morning, ma'am. Could you please give me your full name? I'm sorry. One more second. I gotta hit this. Okay, could I have you give me your full name and date of birth, please?
Karina Perez Manycows, September 14th, 1992.
Thank you very much. You are here on new charges. They are 2 counts of aggravated DUI, both class 4 felonies. This has come down through a grand jury warrant. Your next court date is an original arraignment hearing on July 25th. Everything I'm saying, you're going to get a copy of as well. July 25th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. In terms of your release conditions is that you are non-bondable at this point. That is because you were on felony release at the time of committing this new offense. However, I am going to give you a second date, a second hearing, still on the same date, I'm sorry, and that's going to be called an evidentiary hearing. And at that evidentiary hearing, again on July 25th, 2025, that'll be at 1:30 p.m., you and your attorney will have an opportunity to address bond-related issues. To that end, I have appointed an attorney to represent you as to these counts, all counts on this matter. Copy of your instructions that were just given to you. Thank you very much. If you could step to your left.
Thank you.
Okay, so and I signed everything. Okay. Manuel Ochoa, can you please come up to the podium? J.D. Benjamin, next to the chair, please. Good morning, sir. Could you give me your full name and date of birth?
Manuel Ochoa, 10/5/1971.
Thank you. Thank you. Sir, you are here on new charges. There is 1 count of fraudulent schemes, a class 2 felony, and 1 count of forgery Class 4 felony. These are the charges that were handed down by pursuant to a grand jury warrant. Your next court date on this matter is a original arraignment hearing, and that's on July 25th at 8:30 a.m., and that's going to be in the downtown Superior Court. The bond amount in your matter is $10,000, and that is a cash-only bond. So you would have to post the entirety of that amount in order to secure any release. There are going to be multiple release conditions given to you on the piece of paper. I'm just going to go through a few of them. You are not to return to the alleged scene of the crime. You're not to have any contact with any of the victims or any complainants or witnesses in this matter, and you're not to have any contact with the arresting officers. I believe that's it. Thank you very much, sir. If you could step to your left. JD Benjamin, up to the podium, please, and Seth Laney would be next.
Is that what you call a podium?
Yes, sir. With a great time. Good morning. Can I have you give me your full name and date of birth, please?
My name is JD Benjamin. I was born 11/16/94.
Thank you. Mr. Benjamin, you are here on the allegation of a new charge, and that is an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That is a Class 3 felony. That has also come down through a grand jury warrant. Your next court date is July 25th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. That's going to be an original arraignment hearing. The bond amount set in place for your case is $10,000. That is, however, a secured appearance bond. It's not a cash-only bond. It's a secured appearance bond. You're also, in the paperwork you just received, there are certain additional conditions and restrictions for your release. I'm just going to go through some of them, not all of them. You are not to return to the scene of the crime. You're not to have any contact with any alleged victims or complainants or witnesses in your matters, and you are not to initiate any contact with the police officer. Thank you very much. That's it on your case. If you could move to your left. Seth Laney, if you could come up to the podium, please. Mario Segundo, if you could take the chair, please. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Can you please give me your name and date of birth?
Yes, sir. My name is Seth Charles Laney. I was born April 21st, 1993, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
You are here on new charges, new allegations of disorderly conduct. That's with a weapon. That is a Class 6 felony. Your next court date, you're going to have two. Your next court date is July 24th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. That'll be followed by a preliminary hearing on July 28th, also in the downtown Superior Court. Both matters are set for 8:30 a.m. In reviewing your matter as to the disorderly conduct, I have found that probable cause exists. I am appointing an attorney in your matter, and the bond amount in your matter is a secure appearance bond of $15,000 secured appearance bond. You are about to receive some paperwork. On that paperwork has certain release conditions that you have to comply with. I'm not going to go through all of them, but the ones I'd like to focus you on is the no contact at all with the alleged victim in this matter, or any witnesses or any complainants in this matter, as well as no contact with the arresting officers. All right, thank you very much. That takes care of
Yes, sir.
that's it on your matter. Mario Segundo, please come to the podium. Kevin Jones, if you could please take the stand. Oh, the chair, I'm sorry. Sir, could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Mario Segundo, April 25th, 1966.
Thank you. You are here on a Superior Court probation violation warrant. You are alleged to have led your probation on a Class 3 felony. I am appointing an attorney for your matter. Your next court date is a probation revocation arraignment hearing and possible disposition hearing. That's going to be on July 24th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. The bond in relation to your matter is set at $10,000. That's going to be secured appearance bond. That's not a cash bond, it's a secured appearance bond. I think that you'll also be getting your additional release conditions in writing. I think you just got those. Okay. If you are released, you are to contact your probation department. Probation officer.
I was gonna reinstate myself because I lost my job, and I was gonna try to get access to pay for that, them classes. And I lost my job, and they came and rescued me when I was in the process of doing it.
In a couple of days here, you'll be able to meet with your attorney. I have appointed an attorney in your matter. Please discuss this matter with your attorney, and they'll be able to address those concerns with the next court.
Yeah, I'm getting released, or?
You are getting, officially you are getting released. However, that is going to be on a $10,000 secured appearance bond. So after you post that $10,000 bond, you will then be released.
So I'll be contained. I'm gonna be contained
until you post the $10,000 bonds. There are bond agencies that you can work with. The names of those bond agencies, I believe you could talk to one of the DOs. There are multiple agencies in the back there that you can contact. They often collect calls, from what I understand. So if you reach out to them, they may require at least a 10% down as part of the bond, and maybe some additional conditions as well.
I was kind of hoping I was going to get reinstated so I could just continue to work forward.
Sure. Yeah. Please bring that up next time at your next court date. Again, $10,000. Please contact a bond company if that's the way you wish to go. Thank you very much. If you could step to your left. Kevin Jones. Please come up to the podium. David Pinnon, if I can have you come up to the chair next to the door, please. Good morning, sir. Please give me your name and date of birth.
Kevin Jones, July 7, 1976.
Thank you. Okay, you are here on, sorry, 1 second. You are here on new charges.
Yes.
You have 4 counts of shoplifting. They are all 6 counts of shoplifting. All 6 of those are Class 4 felonies. There is a count of organized retail theft. That's also a Class 4 felony. And you also have an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That's a Class 3 felony. Finally, you have a shoplifting as a Class 1